Welcome to another episode of Excel, Learning the Basics. My name is Jerry Colbert, and in this week's episode, we're going to be talking all about sheets and how to use them. Coming up next. So here we are within Excel for Mac, and in this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about sheets. So as you see here, I have a workbook open, workbook number 1. Now, sheets are a very useful tool if you want to create different tabs within a workbook. This could be useful if you wanted to have one sheet that has certain data on it, another sheet has other data on it, but it's all within a subject matter, whatever you called your workbook. Whether that be, say, a budget that you had different tabs on it. Let's say you're creating a budget for your organization, and maybe you have one for admin in general. You also have one for sales and marketing, but you wanted all of the tabs to have the same formatting structure, but just different data within that tab. Now, down here at the bottom, you see I have sheet 1 here. Whenever you open up a workbook, typically it opens up with just one sheet available to you. Now, if you want to create different sheets, all you have to do here is go down here to the bottom and click on the plus icon, and now I have created a sheet number 2. And you can click on it again and create sheet number 3. Every time you click on it, it's going to call it sheet 1 or sheet 2 or sheet 3 and so forth in numerical order. Now, within sheets, you have, like for instance, if I click here on sheet 1, it's all encompassing all of these cells and all these rows and columns in sheet 1. So if I type a header here called, let's say, business, and another one here called personal, if I was to click on sheet 2, as you see, that data is no longer here. So each sheet is independent of each other. Okay? Now, each sheet has its own capabilities that you can use formatting for. And what I mean by that is, let's say, for instance, I wanted to take this sheet here and I wanted to insert another sheet. Well, as with before, you can always click the plus button, but when you click the plus button, you'll notice that sheet was created behind sheet number 2. Well, let's say, for instance, I wanted to create a sheet in between sheet 1 and sheet 2. Well, all I'd have to do here is click on sheet 1, right-click on it, hit Insert Sheet, and it would create a sheet in between 1 and 2 called sheet 4, which is in the same numerical order as the other sheets. But now it's in between sheet 1 and sheet 2. Also, if you wanted to delete a sheet, you could click on it, right-click on it, and hit Delete Sheet. You can also rename a sheet, so maybe you want to rename this sheet Admin. Maybe you want to rename this sheet Sales. You can rename them whatever it is you want to rename them as. Also, you can move or copy a sheet. So let's say, for instance, I don't like the location of that admin, so I want to move it to the end. So I can go ahead and click on Move to End, hit OK, and now it has moved that admin spreadsheet to the end of all of these other sheets. Coincidentally, I can right-click on a sheet also. I can move it, but copy it to the end. So let's say, for instance, maybe I want to have 2 spreadsheets called sales, or maybe I have formatting that I really like in this spreadsheet and I just want to copy it and duplicate it so I can call it something else. Well, you can do that by clicking on Create Copy here. Click and Move to End, or you don't have to move it to the end. Maybe I want it in between sales and sheets. You can hit OK, and voila, it's created that. So now let's say I had certain formatting I wanted in one sales sheet, and I wanted it on another sheet and want to call it something different. Maybe I want to call it marketing. Then I can do so. And so what I'm really talking about here is there are different functionality that you can utilize. And let me show you real quick what I'm talking about. So let's say, for instance, in sales here, I had, let's say, a different kind of formatting here. So let's say I went here and I created some borders, and I said revenue, expense, and so forth and so forth. And I wanted to copy that because I like that formatting, and I wanted to copy it to a new sheet and call it marketing. So I go ahead and maybe I want to move it to the end, and I create copy, and I hit OK. So now that sales one here is the same thing as the sales 2. So maybe I want to rename it and call it marketing also. So now I have sales here and marketing here. They're both the same sheets. It's just that they're now duplicate of each other. And see, here's marketing 1 that I created a while ago, and it has nothing in it. Well, maybe I wanted to create a different kind of marketing that has the same formatting as the other one. With that being said, if I wanted to right click on this and select all sheets, I can also duplicate all sheets if I so desire, and go ahead and move or copy all of those. And now I have many versions of the same sheets as duplicates. As you can see, there's different ways you can utilize this in formatting your workbook to create a specialized spreadsheet just for your organization or for your own personal use. You can also protect your sheets, which we'll go into it at a later time, and that is useful if you don't want people to mess with the formulas or data that you have included in your sheet. And maybe you're within an organization that has 10 or 20 people working on a certain spreadsheet. You don't want them messing up the formulas that you've created, and so you can protect the sheet. You can also color your tabs if you're one of those creative people that loves colors. You can also color your tab, whatever tab color you want. Also, you can hide or unhide your sheet. That's very useful if you've created data and you don't want people to see where that data is derived from. Maybe you want to hide that for whatever reason. You have that ability to do so. So now these are the certain things that you can do with sheets, and as these episodes continue, we'll be going over how to create spreadsheets and different things you can do, and I'll be showing you how I utilize sheets in my creation of spreadsheets or workbooks for my organization or for my own personal use, whether that be for budget or such. So there you go. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Also, if you like this video, please click on the like button. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you want to see more of these type of videos, please click on the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell so you can get notifications of any upcoming episodes. And so without further ado, I want to wish you all an awesome day, and let's become more productive. Thank you.